Hello, Meeple. So, in my channel description, you'll be able to see that I am an autistic 10-year-old, and I haven't really covered much about my autism, so here we are. Now, this is just going to be a quick thing because I got to get to school, um, but yeah, let's get started. So, I was diagnosed with autism whenever I was in third grade. Um, um, I mean, we were already suspecting it. Like, my cousin Mason is also autistic. And we also suspect that my dad might be autistic. Um, but I was officially diagnosed when I was in third grade. Um, and I didn't really know how to feel about it back then, but now I kind of like being autistic. But anyway, um, so so that brings us to now, which I'm going to talk about what being autistic is like. Um, so too much. So a lot of noise is too much noise for me. I wear these big fat headphones all around school. And sometimes I take them off. Like whenever I'm in a silent classroom taking a test. But in like the cafeteria and recess or in PE, I don't care how hot I feel. These things are making. Even if these things are making me sweat, the noise of recess or PE is just too much. So yeah, that's fun. And the next thing I'm gonna talk about is a rather recent thing. I've been feeling this screeching in my ears, and it is painful. And I know it's not the blood running through my head because I can tell whenever it's the blood running through my head. I'm pretty sure it's had something to do with like technology. I don't know. I mean, it's always been there. It's just now it's been like amplified, and it's painful, like really painful. Um, so I mean, I don't really know what to do about that. Putting my headphones on usually helps with that kind of thing, but sometimes it doesn't. And then also sometimes whenever you're autistic, you say or think things that you don't realize is odd or not really acceptable by society. I mean it will be acceptable, but like you don't realize you just think it's normal conversation when really it's not. Like the other day, my art teacher was talking about to how he prefers to reward children who are good instead of punishing children who are bad. And I just pointed out that that's the same method used with dogs. And he kind of paused for a minute and said, "Well, you are very good doggies." And I was a little confused because like I didn't see how that would be awkward. And you, a non-autistic viewer watching this, might realize, might know that that's not really a good thing to say, but I didn't, so I just said it, and yeah. Another thing about being autistic is you are really benefited in some skills and really not benefited in others. Like, I am a really good reader and writer, but whenever it comes to actual handwriting, I am horrible. like like you see the text on screen right now, it's worse than that. I know that kind of looks bad, but I promise you it is worse than that. um and then there's something else I was gonna say, but I forgot. uh oh, right. So because I am autistic, I'm a little bit of an introvert. Like, I just flat out do not talk. That was how it was for the longest time, up until like third grade. And then in fourth grade, my mom got a job as a teacher. So I went to that school, so I switched schools. And her being in that school, working in that school, really helped me um be more social, because she was like pushing me to be more social. But I didn't really truly get social until now in fifth grade. Um, and even then, I'm still a little bit of an introvert. But I'm willing to talk, so that's an upgrade. Um, And I remember a few months ago, I was just looking at all the other kids with all their friends, and I was feeling like really, really lonely. Um, and there were these two kids, these two girls, who were always trying to become friends with me. But I just couldn't see it. Um, and if you don't know this already, I'm like, I love bugs. So every recess, I'll go to a random ant colony and protect it from all the balls, the stray balls. Um, and one day, one of the two girls noticed me observing an ant colony, and she asked what I was doing. And then the conversation just kind of sparked from there. And later that day in PE, me and two girls had a fun time, and um, and then they asked me if I wanted to be their friend, and this was like, oh my goodness, it was the best moment of my life. Besides winning DI regionals, um, but I swear, just to know that I had friends was wow. It was so amazing, and I nodded my head, and they celebrated. I did not know that they wanted to become friends with me to the point where they would celebrate, but apparently they did, and then I felt a little bad. But yeah, now I hang out with them pretty often. Um, and honestly, life is pretty good right now. It's um life is just pretty good right now. I feel like I'm getting like everything done. This is just one of those weeks where it's just all coming together. But anyway, that was all. I gotta stop recording so I could get to school. So yeah, please like, subscribe, check out my community page, check out my other videos, all that stuff. And without further ado, goodbye. Uh, Sorry, I keep forgetting that there's a notification on OBS. Okay. But now, goodbye.